there is a beautiful incident and there is a beautiful quotation of one of the pious predecessors who said, "Inna akyas al-kayyis man dakhala al-jannata bi dhanbin amilahu." The noblest of humans are those who enters paradise because of a sin that he committed. The most wise individual is one who enters paradise because of a sin that he committed. نصبه بين عينيه ثم لم يزل حذرا على نفسه من تلك الخطيئة حتى فارق الدنيا ودخل الجنة. That a person made one blunder, one mistake, one slip in his life, and that alerted him. It opened up his eyes. The English proverb is as follows: no human commits the same mistake twice. The first is a mistake, the second is a choice. We never commit the same mistake twice. The first is a mistake, the second is a choice. It is a calculated choice. So a person did a wrong, he then applied himself, and he realized that, listen, I've burnt my fingers, I've hurt myself, I've injured myself, I've lost my marriage, I've lost my job, I've lost my creator. I'm never going to revert to that wrong, and then he dies and he enters paradise. وَإِنَّ أَحْمَقَ الْحُمُقِ مَنْ دَخَلَ النَّارَ بِحَسَنَةٍ عَمِلَهَا. And the most foolish of individuals is a person who enters hell because of a virtue. نَصَبَهَا بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ لم يزل يذكرها ويتهاون بالذنوب حتى فارق الدنيا ودخل النار. He performed one action and he becomes complacent about it. You know, brother, with who I did Hajj? Do you know what a dream I had? Do you know how I do this? And he stagnates at that level that is adequate to rescue him from hell, and he becomes complacent in the performance of virtues, and he dies like that. So in a disguised form, his virtue became the source of his entry into hell. May Allah protect us. The talk I really want to focus on, and that was just a preamble, is one of the challenges that has plagued the world, Muslim and non-Muslim, on practically all fronts, is that we have adopted a victim mentality. So when my marriage is not in order, not mine, it's good, alhamdulillah, no issues, but yes, just on a general note, when the marriage is rocky, and by the way, my analogy of marriage, just because it came out of my tongue, I use the analogy probably because I fly often and aviation is something I identify with. I use the analogy of turbulence. You can have the latest aircraft, you can be flying in an A380 first suite, but remember, turbulence can rock the aircraft at any time. And that's what marriage is. Turbulence can hit your marriage at any time. The simple thing is, when turbulence hits, the rules change. If you still want to access the lavatory and walk the aisles, there's going to be an issue. So when my marriage is in crisis, the blame is on my wife. When my business doesn't prosper, the fingers are to my employees. When my organization doesn't move forward, it's to my trustees. And when the country as a whole doesn't go advanced, then it's the cabinet and those that are in politics and the rest of it. So we've slipped into this. There's an English proverb that caught my eye, that when we cannot change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Now I want to focus how, in this brief time of mine, how each one of us can leave here introspecting on ourselves, what I can do to effect change. The incident is mentioned in the Quran. Allah had blessed Sulaiman alayhi salam with an empire like no other empire. رَبِّ هَبْ لِي مُلْكًا لَا يَنْبَغِي لِأَحَدٍ مِّن بَعْدِي إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْوَهَّابُ. Oh my Lord, give me an empire that no other man can dream of. So when he would travel, with him would be the humankind, the jinn kind, the animals, and the different creations. And there was a bird by the name of Hudhud, which was tasked to locate the water. It's in the 19th juz in Surah An-Naml. So he rotates his gaze and he finds that this bird is missing. So he's concerned, what happened to the bird? But look at the scholars of tafsir, Jazahullahu anna khayr al-jaza. They dissect every letter and every sequence of the Quran. وَتَفَقَّدَ الطَّيْرَ فَقَالَ مَا لِيَ لَا أَرَى الْهُدْهُدَ أَمْ كَانَ مِنَ الْغَائِبِينَ. When he rotates his gaze and he realizes that the bird is absent, his first point of reflection was not what's wrong with the bird, what's wrong with me. Ma li la ara al-hudhud. Have I erred? Have I slipped up? Have I defaulted with my Creator? The penalty of which is momentarily this boon has been curtailed from me. And the quotation of Ibn al-Arabi has been mentioned there. إذا فقدوا آمالهم تفقدوا أعمالهم. إذا فقدوا آمالهم تفقدوا أعمالهم. That the pious, whenever there were glitches, snags, hiccups, setbacks in their life, the first point of reference was my life. Where have I slipped up? There's an incident in the Quran in the 29 juz, and then he realized the fault was not with me. The folly was with the bird. بَلْ أَمْ كَانَ مِنَ الْغَائِبِينَ أي بَلْ كَانَ مِنَ الْغَائِبِينَ. That the bird itself is absent. There was a father back in the times, it's in the 29 juz in Surah Noon. My time is short, so I'm just making an anecdotal reference and trying to expedite things and just capture the essence and the core of the message. So this father, whenever he would harvest his crops, then the poor would come, he would give them a share, he would go to the marketplace and sell, and he would bring some home. So it was a good practice. The wheel of life was turning, the crops were being harvested, people were eating, the poor were enjoying, and life continued. The old man moved on, young blood came on board. But young blood, energetic, you know what, they have skills, they're academic, they have a different mind, they want to analyze things, everything microscopically. They said this practice is going to stop of the old man, where people come and collect for free. You want, you must pay. Just absolutely nothing is for free. The Quran sketches this image. Wow. فَانْطَلَقُوا وَهُمْ يَتَخَافَتُونَ. At this stage, they had not done any wrong per se. There was only contamination in their endeavor. There was only dilution in their intention. They haven't deprived anyone. And by the way, it was something which was optional, not mandatory. But we don't realize the barakah that comes in our life by good that we do. So they advance, فَانْطَلَقُوا. And what's the plot? We go in early morning. يَتَخَافَتُونَ means to whisper. Listen, brother, discreetly. Yeah, nobody must know. We're going in the late hours of the night, early hours of the morning. By the time the pauper comes, it's done and dusted. فَانْطَلَقُوا وَهُمْ يَتَخَافَتُونَ أَلَّا يَدْخُلَنَّهَا الْيَوْمَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِسْكِينٌ. That no beggar comes. وَغَدَوْا, they advance. عَلَى حَرْدٍ عَلَى بُخْلٍ قَادِرِينَ. That we're going to execute our plan. لَا يَسْتَثْنُونَ, no exceptions. We have muscle, we have clout, we have power, we have vigor. I can do what I want to do. Allah sends a divine torment and a fire to consume the entire orchard, to destroy the entire crops. When they arrive at a garden and an orchard from which the entire family was living off it for decades, it was destroyed beyond recognition. That their first reaction was, Inna ladallun. We came to the wrong place. This is not our garden, this is somebody else's. Hang on, we made a mistake. It's the darkness of the night. And then they look back, Bal nahnu mahrumun. No, we have been deprived. Now, there's so much we can talk of, but let's focus on my talk. The Quran says, when they were plagued with this catastrophe, when they were gripped by this tragedy, to add salt to injury, to compound the issue, أَقْبَلَ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ يَتَلَاوَمُونَ. Instead of rising beyond and saying, listen, let's take responsibility. We know we did a wrong, and here Allah has hit us hard, and here we have to deal with it. They started pointing fingers and playing the blame game. You, me, they, us, we should. And then they realized we're not moving anywhere with this. So then, till they did not, the scholars say, till they did not confess that we all are wrong, and they did not say, Subhana Rabbina inna kunna zalimin, nothing happens. The point I'm saying, my brother and my sister, is take responsibility. When I take responsibility, Fudayl ibn Ayad rahmatullah alayhi said, Inni la'a'asi Allah fa'a'rifu dhalika fi khuluqi dabbati wa imra'ati. When I disobey Allah, I notice my conveyance and my spouse both rebel against me. And Sayyid al-Khatir ibn al-Jawzi rahimahullah has made mention that shatama rajulun rajulan, a person verbally abused another. فَوَضَعَ الْمَشْتُومُ خَدَّهُ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ. The victim dropped his head on the ground. And he said, Allahumma ghfir li dhanbi alladhi sallatta bihi hadha alayya. Oh Allah, forgive that crime of mine because of which these things are happening in my life. In Tanbihul Ghafilin under Hifdhul Lisan, there is a quotation of a Sahabi, إِذَا رَأَيْتَ قَسَاوَةً فِي قَلْبِكَ وَوَهْنًا فِي بَدَنِكَ وَحِرْمَانًا فِي رِزْقِكَ فَاعْلَمْ بِأَنَّكَ قَدْ تَكَلَّمْتَ بِمَا لَا يَعْنِيكَ. When you see there's a drop in your business, your body is sluggish, and your heart is hard, before you accuse anyone, harness your tongue, harness your tongue. In Tafsir Kabir, and when I read this, I was blown off. My time is short, just look at how this thing is ticking away. In Tafsir Kabir, in the first volume on page 244, there's an incident mentioned there that there was a king, Anor Sharwan. You can reference where I've read it myself. I read it direct from the Tafsir and not a reference of the Kitab. Be it as it may, there was this king, Malikur Rum, the Roman emperor. Kharaja ila Saydi Yawma. He goes on this hunting mission. He goes hunting with his entire entourage and cavalcade. وَانْقَطَعَ عَنْ عَسْكَرِهِ. And while he was pursuing a game and the animal, he breaks away from his cavalcade and his entourage. وَوَصَلَ إِلَى بُسْتَانٍ. He reaches out to a particular orchard and a garden. وَاسْتَوْلَ الْعَطْشُ عَلَيْهِ. And thirst gets the better of him. Now, just reflect for a moment. You could be having an empire, but at this stage, nothing is available to you. You know, there was a great person by the name of Harun Rashid, who was a ruler of his time. Muhammad ibn Simak, who was a great scholar, was sitting close by. So he asked Muhammad bin Simak, give me some advice. وَكَانَ بِيَدِهِ شُرْبَةُ مَاءٍ. And in his hand was a vessel of water. He said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, لو حبست عنك هذه الشربة أكنت تفديها بملكك. For example, you are thirsty, water is not available, and your thirst is unbearable, probably it would claim your life. What would you offer for that glass of water? He said, أفديها بملكي. I would give my empire for that glass of water. He said, لو شربتها ثم حبست عن الخروج أكنت تفديها بملكك. You drank the water, you quenched your thirst, but then you had some difficulty in passing urine and releasing the water. If somebody rescues you of that excruciating pain and relieves you of that agony, what would you give him? He said, I would give him the other half of my kingdom. He said, إِنَّ مُلْكًا قِيمَةُ نِصْفِهِ شُرْبًا وَقِيمَةُ نِصْفِهِ الْآخَرْ بَوْلًا لَخَلِيقٌ أَلَّا يُتَنَافَسَ فِيهِ. An empire which is not worth more than few drops of urine and few drops of water, why do you boast about it? Why do you brag about it? I'm just going to quote the Arabic poem and move on because I don't have time. لا تمشي على منكب الأرض فاخرا فعما قليل يحتويك ترابها ومن يذق الدنيا فإني طعمتها وسيق إلينا عذبها وعذابها وسيق إلينا عذبها وعذابها فلم أرها إلا غرورا وباطلا كما لاح في ظهر الفلاة سرابها كما لاح في ظهر الفلاة سرابها وما هي إلا جيفة مستحيلة عليها كلاب همهن اجتذابها فإن تجتنبها كنت سلما لأهلها وإن تجتذبها نازعتك كلابها فطوبى لنفس أولعت قعر دارها مغلقة الأبواب مرخا حجابها. Long story, no time, you can read it. Be it as it may, he gets into this orchard and he finds a young man and there's pomegranates. He says, A'tini, listen to this. This is amazing. It's going to make your hair stand, not because I'm saying it is in the kitabs, but this would drive my point aptly, succinctly, and adequately. And what's the focus of my talk? I need to effect the change in my own life. They say when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at also change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at also change. Hang on, my wife's not all that bad. The issue was with me. If my gaze is roaming, how am I going to find beauty in my spouse? How am I going to find attraction in my partner? And the list continues. If I don't keep myself into halal, how am I going to find joy in my house? It's just not going to be there. It's going to exit from my house due to the wrong in my own life. And I know my issues. I'm grappling, I'm trying to admonish my child, but I know where the issue lies. The English proverb is, those who come after you will be better than you or worse than you because of you. Those who come after you will be better than you or worse than you because of you. But let me not sidetrack here. So he gets into this orchard. He asked the young boy, give me one pomegranate. فَأَعْطَاهُ رُمَّانًا. He gives it. Tafsir al-Kabir, first volume, 244, Fakhruddin Razi, rahimahullah. He gives him this pomegranate. فَشَقَّهَا. He splits the pomegranate. أَخْرَجَ حَبَّهَا. He takes out the grains. عَصَرَهَا. He then squeezes it. خَرَجَ مِنْهُ مَاءٌ كَثِيرٌ. It just flows very sweet, palatable, scrumptious, tasting, and it's sweet. He drinks it. This is beautiful, man. So he was the king of the time. فَعَزَمَ الْمَلِكِ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَأْخُذَ ذَلِكَ الْبُسْتَانِ مِنْ مَالِكِهِ. The king, the ruler, the emperor, he said, this is a beautiful orchard. This is bearing tasty fruit. I'm going to usurp this. I'm going to lay a claim. I'm the king. How can an orchard like this go to someone else? This is mine. His mind changed. His mind is running. I'm going to change. Evil intentions. وَقَالَ لِلْوَلَدْ أَعْطِنِي رُمَّانَةً أُخْرَى. He said, hey, little boy, lad, just get me another pomegranate, please. Okay, uncle, not an issue. He has no clue who's he engaging with. He's the head of state. فَأَعْطَاهُ رُمَّانَ أُخْرَى. He gives him another pomegranate. شَقَّهَا. He splits it. أَخْرَجَ حَبَّهَا. He takes out the grains. عَصَرَهَا. He squeezes it. خَرَجَ مِنْهُ مَاءٌ قَلِيلٌ. Barely few drops of juice drip from it. شَرِبَهُ. He sips it. فَوَجَدَهُ مُؤْذِيًا. It wasn't palatable. It wasn't tasty. It wasn't wonderful. So he engages the little boy. He said, لِمَ صَارَ الرُّمَّانُ هَكَذَا. Why have things changed? The first pomegranate was so tasty, so sweet, so palatable, so juicy. And what has happened to the second fruit? He said, لَعَلَّ مَلِكَ الْبَلَدْ عَزَمَ عَلَى الظُّلْمِ. لَعَلَّ مَلِكَ الْبَلَدْ عَزَمَ عَلَى الظُّلْمِ فَلِشُؤْمِ ظُلْمَتِهِ صَارَ الرُّمَّانُ هَكَذَا. I don't know much, uncle, but I think the head of state, the man in power, the man on the seat, the man with the muscle, he has plotted exploitation and oppression, and the ill effect and the bad omen of his wicked endeavor has resulted in sweet fruit becoming sour and bitter.